Άδωνι Γεωργιάδη is Vice President for New Democracy, and he joins us this morning. Άδωνι, welcome.
Good morning.
Is it fair to blame the lenders on a big part of the current crisis that Greece still is facing?
See, we have a problem. We're in the austerity measures and in the program for 7 years. This is a world record, and this made our society to feel very much tired. So mistakes have been made from both sides. From our side, because we have never really implemented all the reforms, and from the lender side, because they didn't understood exactly how our economy was working and what things we could really do and what we could not do. So for us, it's not important to say who has the blame. For us, New Democracy, the important is how our country will exit the crisis and how our people will have a better future. I hear Mr. Tsipras to say IMF is to be blamed. Okay, let's say IMF is to be blamed, or Mr. Schäuble is led to be blamed. But is this will make our life better? We say no. We have to find a solution and exit the crisis. And that's what Kyriakos Mitsotakis and New Democracy is proposing to the Greek people.
Is New Democracy willing to take on quite a bit more austerity in order to continue to get some of the bailout funds still needed?
Greece doesn't need more austerity. Greece needs real liberal reforms. We need to transform our country to a business-friendly country. And I have to reassure you, since we're in a channel that wants to learn things about business, when you hear that elections will come to Greece and Kyriakos Mitsotakis for sure will be the next prime minister of our country, you have to expect that he will transform the country to the most business-friendly Greece was ever since the Athenian democracy. So if you want to buy Greece now, because it's cheap. When Kyriakos will come, our economy will go much, much better.
Your party is doing incredibly well in the polls. You're leading Syriza by double. You're at 27%, Syriza is at 13%. But I do wonder, isn't this another protest vote, one that we've seen 2 or 3 years ago? Because isn't this a vote against Syriza for everything that's gone wrong, not specifically a yes for you?
It's not exactly that. You see, during this crisis, all the old parties of Greece melted down. Only New Democracy survived. Why? Because we have some voters that really trust us, even in the hard times. So now we feel confident that if we take their vote again and take the government as we think we can do this job, we will really change the fate of our country. Our people need a vision. Our people need to have hope. Our people need to feel that they will have a better future in Greece. Greece is a wonderful country. It's really a wonderful country. I'm not saying it as a Greek, but it's a wonderful country. We can do miracles. But we have to believe in ourselves, and we have to liberate our country from all the bad economical diseases we've had in the past. We thought that we could do everything from the state. We thought that we could take money from the state and no worried about how the country would fund this money. We will change that. New Democracy will change that.
So how then do you feel about comments coming from the German finance minister, Mr. Schäuble, who once again revived the concept of a Grexit? He says Greece will never be able to fulfill the reforms.
All the discussion about Grexit is over. Greece will stay in the Eurozone. Everybody has to understand that, and I'm sure Mr. Schäuble understands that. Maybe some people in Deutschland says these things to pressure our government, maybe. But in the real world, nobody believes that Greece will exit the Eurozone. Greece is a member of the Eurozone and will stay a member of the Eurozone.
You say this, and then I look at some of the charts that the FT, among others, posted yesterday of how much money is being pulled out of banks at the moment. The second month in a row you've seen hefty deposit outflows. I mean, are you certain that you'll be able to avoid a new round of a banking-led crisis?
Mr. Tsipras has a big responsibility to close the review as fast as possible. He is already too late. Okay, maybe he's right and the lenders have many responsibilities, but the truth is the truth. We have to close the review as fast as possible, and as long as Mr. Tsipras is the Prime Minister, I hope not for a long time, he has the responsibility to close this review as fast as possible. If he will not close the review, our economy will face problems, because the uncertainty is something nobody likes when it happened for his money.
And given the very delicate situation that you're in right now, and debt repayments that still are needed, trying to get the next bailout and things, are you worried about a possible populist backlash happening from within Europe with these general elections coming up in France, Holland, Germany? I mean, is that going to have an impact on Greece?
We should have closed the review before entering 2017. Everybody knew that the Netherlands elections and the French elections and the Deutschland elections will complex all this issue. But unfortunately, Mr. Tsipras and the lenders were unable to find a common solution in 2016. It worries us, but you know, at the end, logic will prevail. Nobody would like to let Greece, after all this effort and all these loans, to be bankrupt on July. So I think at the end there will be a review. Greece, we hope, that will enter to the QE program and we will be able to stabilize our economy.
How much of a difference would that make for Greece to re-enter the QE program?
The QE program is very important for our economy because it will give us the chance to exit to the markets faster and to be able to take the money we need ourselves without a new program. So it's very crucial for our economy to enter to the QE program. We are already too late to enter in the QE. I think Mr. Draghi wants to help Greece. I read today morning in a very important Greek newspaper, Kathimerini, that Mrs. Merkel wants to help Greece to enter the QE. I hope this is true.
Άδωνη, thank you so much for that. Άδωνι Γεωργιάδη, Vice President of New Democracy.